do wonder with what strange devotion we should find so many of these masked gentlemen around the place. This is hardly the easiest of locations to visit. I should know we found it. Nonetheless, we do have...
That'll guide the dragon right in.
By the time it's across the growing legions, that roaring pincushion will be ripe for swords.
That easy?
Never said it'd be easy, but we win, so it won't come.
Certainly you're optimistic, I must say. Well, we do have an objective with this day, and I believe we shall be taking the...
The spiderwebs help stop the bleeding, and they prevent wounds from getting infected. Gather as many as you can. The strangest thing, though, I can't recall where I heard that. I think I remember a young man.
Cold has been at work, it would seem. We do have an opportunity to take the carved slab of meat that is Iron Bull out for a wonder, I believe.
Inquisitor, huh? Well, you've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
Oh, do tell.
What did you want me to come see?
Here, come on. I'll show you.
My, but I am curious.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time, I promise. Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. He doesn't talk much.
I see.
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori? Or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
My, but you have put me into an interesting position, Iron Bull. Still, I suppose I should stick to character.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't sing the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink.
Remind me to pick a character with better wardrobe next time.
I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help.
I admit I'm rather surprised at their eagerness and heartfelt ideas.
I knew some of the soldiers felt like that, but to actually hear it...
It's hard to be just an idea sometimes. That's all you are to most of them. It's why you could stand right in front of them without being recognized. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that, no matter what comes next.
Well, that... certainly an interesting evening. I have to give him credit for that much. Still, our journeys today are going to take us quite some distance to some familiar coastlines and some even more familiar forests, because we need to procure some means of stone and lumber for a few building projects. Chiefly, I'm rather interested in getting the garden more tidied up, as it were. So, onwards to the hinterlands. But first, the Storm Coast. Because I could do with seeing some rain. Right. Now, there is ostensibly a logging site that we might be able to make use of, not terribly far from here. But I believe it's still nonetheless going to be a bit of a walk. Well, I'm sure we can do with the exercise. Some of us more than others, I'm sure. Also a good opportunity to bring along Vivienne and see potentially just what she brings to our fold. I'm quite certain she'll be of exceeding use, but always good to get some first-hand evidence. I am growing admittedly more accustomed to rambling than I had before. I suppose it's good for the thighs. Whether I had any particularly excessive need for strong thighs, I'm sure they'll come in handy. Truly, it's a fairly mediocre cove, if I had to say. A cove should really elicit far more mystery than this is. Although, admittedly, the abundance of dwarven ruins should give us some ideas. Now, supposedly, there is a logging stand of some description around here that we might find useful. Only question being, where and have we already procured it? Perhaps it relates to this encampment. In which case we might find it advantageous to procure it for our own. This has grown overgrown in a hurry, hasn't it? Yes. That we have to worry about. Ah, here we are. One logging stand. Excellent. And as long as we're at it, there is a second one to find. This was indeed located near the Hessarian camp, but somewhat more off the beaten track than I thought it would be. And that's even an exit here. You must carry it all around the entire camp to enter. Simply poor planning on their part.
You're afraid. You don't have to be.
My dear Inquisitor, please restrain your pet demon. I do not want it addressing me.
A point of note, he's not a demon.
He's not doing any harm, Vivienne.
It's a demon, darling. All it can do is harm.
Everything bright, roar of anger as the demon rears. No, I will not fall. No one will control me ever again. Flash of white as the world comes back, shaking, hollow, harrowed, but smiling at Templars to show them I'm me. I am not like that. I can protect you. If Templars come for you, I will kill them.
Delightful.
He has an acquired taste, I'll give you that much. Much easier. And much more central and available to anyone passing by. This is how you design a logging stand. And now, we need only locate a quarry. Fortunately, that's going to be a significantly longer walk, but I believe we can manage it. Let's see, reports indicate that it is somewhere in this vicinity. Maybe worth finding William, but Summerstone is always very dear. For those of you who might not be particularly familiar with the Free Marches, Summerstone is used in quite a bit of jewellery inside of Watson Town. My mother used to wear some. There we have it. The eyes, and indeed a fair few blades and magical explosions, have it. Now, we might be better off doubling back towards the campsite, I think. Now, Blood Lotus has proved particularly irksome to locate, but I have received an interesting piece of information, which should more Black Lotus. I had heard tell that Black Lotus was substantially more rare and valuable than it seems to be around here, and that I may have received some poor information from a trader. That hasn't been known to happen on occasion. Although seldomly see my sense again. No dragon or giant here to deal with. For now. We may as yet find a bear. But at least we're getting more Accomplished at slaying bears. Admittedly, that's not something I ever considered I would be in need of expertise for. Somewhere along here, there must be a quarry. Certainly in an area so heavily trafficked by dwarves, we would expect there to be some degree of a defined mining camp. And indeed, there lies their archetypal large statue of a man with a large hammer. One of these days I'll have to bring Varric to the coast and just see what if anything, he happens to know about such emblems. They seem to pop up everywhere. Ah, lost. We've been here already. Well, once more to the hinterlands. Right, well, we must climb somewhat. Find the means. Up and to the left. Fortunately, it has dried quite nicely on the ride up. Another time, perhaps. As it is, you may scurry onwards. Perfect. Right. Gather up a fair degree of this and we should be all ready to improve the garden. Still, it typically falls within the waters, so if you are in need of it, find your nearest untainted body of water and I'm sure you'll be in good stead. Oh, some seeds, excellent. Personally, I did always enjoy gardening. It's a rather meditative, tranquil kind of activity. And it was good to get some degree of sun, I mean. I was always far more interested in literature than warriorship, but every now and then a bit of sunlight and fresh air does the body good. Well, I suspect I'm going to be picking this up for quite some time now, so we shall meet you back at Skyhold. Oh, I don't believe I've seen this variety before. Gentlemen, that's mine. Deal with that marksman, shall we?
I'm falling back!
Let me mark you just and that would be it. Let's see if they had anything interesting on them. That may well be interesting. Back to gardening. Well, tragically, I believe we have somewhat exhausted the supply of blood lotus available near Lake Lucius, but there is a trader near the crossroads who may as yet have a supply we can purchase. You can only determine which merchant the crossroads is rather abundant with them. Perhaps he found them from Lake Lucius himself. That would explain something, wouldn't it?
True enough.
So many people dispossessed. Another generation that learns to live in fear of magic.
Not terribly positive, I admit. Let's see. Merchants.
It's good to have commerce restored. I've many goods here if you wish to trade.
I do indeed. I'm looking in particular... Interesting. You have indeed some interesting things up for sale. I'm looking for blood lotus. Quite a few blood lotus, actually. Fortunately, we have plenty to spare. And there we have it. Ingredients for a better garden. Let's go see how it looks. Now I have word that all of our ingredients and materials have been supplied and constructed.
Quite
Should.
wonder how.
It's certainly greener, I can give it that much. Let's have a look. I think we are in far greater need of alchemical growth than of theology, but the units certainly do seem to find me to be something of a mythical figure. I have little need of their gold, however. Let's go, herbs. Oh, far expanded. Excellent. Well, we've already got black lotus. Let's plant this royal elf fruit. And blood lotus may be of particular use. Evidently, it's hard to come by. Otherwise, I believe we are currently... we're lacking a fair few of our better seeds. Perhaps it's worth travelling back to Watson Town to retrieve some. And nonetheless, I believe we don't as yet have the materials to upgrade other portions of Skyhold, but that should certainly be on our list. But as it stands, there is... I believe a favour is due. And I have been somewhat leaving Sarah out of the loop of late, so let's go pay a visit to Red Jenny.